Xin chào everyone, and I hope you have had a nice Sunday. I went, uh, I went to vote. I went to store for tonight's, tomorrow's game night and whatnot, and wrote a freaking long email apparently. And I got some news. Apparently, somebody, the place that actually sends those microphones, sorry, microphones to Finland has messed up. Yeah, the store where I'm buying the microphone and the other equipment said that it's gonna take some while for the shock mount to arrive to Finland or something like that. Even though in their homepages they said it would actually take only like a few days or so, and it has been a month. So they said that what if they just send the other items to me next week, and they'll send the shock mount without any postal uh, cost, for the shock mount. So I said, yeah, sure, why not? So I'm probably gonna hit the microphone into the uh, whatever hand that is holding the microphone stand and the pop filter, but just without the shock mount. I'll try not to hit the thing, the microphone or the table or anything in during the now what do you call them? During the recordings. well, well. Hold on. I used the death card and I have another death card. What happened to the... Did I really use... Ah, never mind. I got some other news also. The did I have some other news? Ha! Must have been some must have been a long time since you heard Evil GM, forgetting whatever she was saying. Well, take a shot for the honors of Sunday. Hey, I'm I actually have something to say. Today's topic, we'll be talking about immigrants. I know I said I wouldn't be political during my streams, but this kind of a thing that I have to say out loud because apparently it's kind of a topic that nobody talks about, and it's a little how would I say? It's a shy subject. So I've been working as a freelancer chef a few times at the immigration centers. You know, the places where they bring from they bring immigrants from countries that have wars and whatnot and so on. But apparently, out of my ears, some people, excuse me, some people say, claim that most of the immigrants, if not all of them, are moving to Finland from the countries. They're from just to look for, I don't know, easy life or something. But that's uh, that's not true. That's not true. Okay, it might be true in like 1% a case or so, but we're talking about people who are trying to get away from war. And I have seen I have seen the desperation in the at the places where I give them for food, and it's not like that they chose the way to live. They're not happy to be, somewhere cold in middle of nowhere, not living the life they want to. Instead, just waiting and waiting and trying to kill time, while meanwhile they're fighting for I mean, just hoping the war to end somewhere in their homeland, and trying to figure out where to go and what to do next. It's it's not how they imagined their life would be. It's not. Okay, think about it this way. You are living your life wherever you are, and then suddenly, someday, there's a war going on, and what are you supposed to do with that? Well, you could either just stay where you are, try to, live your life and imagine that nothing has changed, but see, getting those bombs and grenades and bullets and whatnot for rest of your life over there, it's not that easy. And and you have choices. You can go with your family somewhere else where the war doesn't reach you. And we're talking about you know countries far away or not so far away of what you have. And to this, you have to use your you have to use your you have to use the money that you have, your savings, and your, just what you have. And and hmm, and even though you have planned of using those money to I don't know, maybe buy a piano, or start a business, or have a boat, or whatever. Instead, you have to use that money for your survival. And it's your whole life is changed. You leave most of your families there. I mean, most of your relatives, you're gonna take your close families with you, of course, as many as you can with the money that you have. And also you you're gonna have to it, it's mentally, I think it's mentally exhausting to be in a country where you don't know the language, and you have the PhD or whatever a diploma you have made in your own home country, and just trying to survive every day, waiting for some news and hopes of better tomorrow. And then even the locals living in the the locals that are living in the country where you just moved, they're gonna look at you, you know, in that certain way. They're gonna think that, oh, immigrant, you're not white, you're not one of us, you're something something something, and I bet you came here to get our women and take our jobs and stuff like that. It's everything you do. People are gonna have that, certain expectation. They're not gonna treat you like a normal human. They're gonna treat you like like something else. It's harsh. Some may think that no, that can't be the case. People are gonna treat you humanely, right? Right. Well, it isn't like that. No. It isn't like that. People are definitely. It's psychology. It's just how humans work. It's how they think things are. And boy. It's you just can't help it. It's no matter what you do, they're gonna look at you in that certain way. Now, how do I know that? Well, I I came to Finland not escaping the war, but instead I was sent here at, because of war and communism and other stuff. Without me being at the age of a person who can even talk. So I didn't have that much of a choice. I didn't choose to be born. I didn't choose to come here. Um, I didn't choose to. I didn't choose to be at the age of. I mean, I didn't choose to look like an Asian among white people. I've had trouble, lots of trouble, ever since I was a kid, and those troubles haven't ended. They're still uh, continuing on. People still every now and then spit on me. I have to be careful what time I move outside, what kind of customer service I'm gonna get, what kind of attitude people are gonna give me during the job interviews and stuff like that. And my friend Jacob, he's been working with the immigrants at, and the scars, the mental and physical scars that he has seen are real. These people, kids or adults or whatnot, they're not they're not making they're not fooling us with the scars. Those scars are real. Those shrapnels and wounds from grenades and how they have affected them are very, very real. People who even say that uh, they're they're just here for easy life, it's just mean. It's just maybe somebody, maybe only one person started the thought. Someone who has prejudice or have thoughts about bad thoughts about their the choices that they made about the immigration, have said it out loud like that. But it's not just true. It's not real. It's what has happened to them is very real, and they have to suffer for it. Uh, every day. It's you might be able, if you're lucky, to recover physically from the physical wounds of those grenades, but will you ever be able to, I don't know, mentally heal yourself from the wounds that those the experiences of war has given you? Hell no, hell no. It's gonna stay there. It's gonna uh, affect your everyday life, how you think about everything for the rest of your life. You're not going to be the person you thought you would be ever again. Imagine imagine if you have a child. Imagine that child has a dream of becoming uh, a ballet dancer or a YouTuber or an actor or chef or whatever. But it's not gonna happen. It's she or he will lose it all because of war, because of some people disagreeing on political level and just have to make a small argument into a big one, a national one, an international one. And and what do you tell to your kid at some point? I mean, what can you tell her or him that no, you can't. Daddy's or mommy's really sorry that we can't go to meet uncle's birthday, or can't have that go to ballet practices anymore, or can't meet your friend best friend anymore because of somebody there is doing stuff where the kid has a chance of hurting herself. It's it's something really hard to explain for a person. I mean, there are kids who were born inside the catacombs of Vietnam and never ever seeing the daylight. I mean, they might have seen the daylight, but they don't know other life than, living underground. And after the war is over, they're trying to adjust to the life and think, so this is what life is supposed to be. It's not that you're supposed to be constantly afraid that somebody shoots you, or there's somebody with a grenade or burns your house or something like that. And that's how that's how life is for them. The immigrants who are coming from Europe to Finland now, or coming to US, or coming to wherever you are. And it's a desperation. It's a life of misery and desperation in a land of unknown every day, until you can hope that maybe someday you can just might have a chance of going back to live the life you were dreaming of. Well, is it gonna happen? We don't know. We can only hope. I mean, I guess hope is everything they have left. And there's something else also that they have left. It's us. It's um it's us people. We we are the ones who can still make things happen, make things change. We are the ones who can make sure that they are not hated, that they are treated as normal human beings, and they can survive their life and make it for the next day. so that the day they're living is not as miserable as it is. Greenbaum, you said you provided care for war veterans. You're a nurse, after all, yes. And some people won't ever heal completely, neither physically or mentally. Yes, that comes from a word of a nurse. And you don't even have to be a nurse to see it. Just, I know your life living in a first world is sunshine and stuff like that. I mean, you have your dreams and you're you're physically healthy and you're maybe in a profession where you have a job that you like or hobbies and friends that you care for. But it's just that when you walk out there and you see them and you try to ignore them, you might see some people uh, trying to beg for money. You might see some people um, thinking that thinking that uh, hey, they're just foreigners. They they ain't like me. They're criminals or they're no good doers or whatever you're thinking. It's try to imagine what their life is. Try to imagine what they have to go through during their life. You might have seen them for many uh, uh, days already during your life. Every time you uh, go to work, go to school, that's them. That's that's them. It's don't judge them before you have heard uh, how things are. I have a story about Maria Pettersson. She writes. That's what her name nowadays is. I used to know her by a different name before she got married. But she is a friend of mine that I've known for since the late 90s, and it's so great that she nowadays uh, has written articles uh, for the newspaper and have been doing lots of different stuffs for hmm, uh, during her profession and and yeah, one day she was there was there was a girl, some girl asking for something in very bad English, I suppose, and she just by a chance by a chance just said something in a language she would never uh, guess that she would think anyone would understand, because she has learned many languages, languages that people don't usually pick. I mean, most people go for Italian and uh, Spanish or French or English or whatever. But no, not not she. She went for the rare ones. and by her surprise, they actually spoke the same language. And so, what she wa- what she wanted was, she was asking for directions to hospital, I think. And she thought, yeah, she had time, so they just went together for the hospital. And after the hospital, she they just kept contacting each other, because every now and then Maria just helps her with doing groceries or buying stuff, and so on. Just basic survival in Finland. And it's amazing how, if you just there, and instead of remaining silent, you just do something about it, and you can actually help people. You can Helping people might take your time. You might, I don't know, get late from your bus, or get late from your TV show, or meeting somebody for a cup of coffee or something. If you know that you can help somebody and it just takes few minutes or just few seconds, do not doubt. Just do it. Just help them, because if you would be in the same position, you would need that help also. And you would wish that people would stop by and just help you for your troubles. Uh, I'm This ramble really sounds like preaching, but it's somebody has to say it. I mean, even if just one person there has heard this and it has affected their life somehow, me and Jacob, we have done our job. I mean, Jacob almost cried, went into tears, how helpless he really felt about the immigration problem uh, in Finland. How some people are just so mean that they think that, I mean, spreading the lies, or just thinking out the lies, that the immigrants are just for easy life, which they aren't. It's and can they do something about it? Can something be done? Um, well, Jacob hoped that he could do something about it, and he told me about it. And it wasn't it wasn't it wasn't in vain. I also thought and felt helpless. I mean, so powerless to do something about it. But then I realized I have my YouTube. I can somehow share the awareness, just tell people that what they're thinking might be wrong. Maybe we can help somebody out there somewhere. Every now and then I'm still doing gigs for the immigrant centers and just make them food, and I can see the misery in their eyes. I can see how frustrated, I can hear how frustrated they are, and just, it's not a prison. They're free to leave whenever they want, but they don't have the money to spend and just move around the city with the public transportations, or so. It's not it's not their life that they chose to live that way. But but in middle of that desperation, you could also see light. You could also see a small voices of hope. You could people were tired. They were arguing. Sometimes they fight among each others because they have a hard time. And and then there's this one artist, this piano player, who just sat down on a piano and started playing Yiruma, The River Flows. And during that time, the place where they dined went silent. Everybody forgot their misery for a moment. Everybody was just listening to the song he played. And after the song was over, there was a thunderous applause from everyone. People hugging, forgiving each other, and telling that they're just trying to survive. I'm sorry. Sorry for a minute. Oh, Green Bomb. You said you were 7 years old when you realized that judging people based on the color of their skin is wrong on so many levels. I'm 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 happy that you realized it at that point. I had a troublesome childhood because of my skin color and because of many things. But I do not have a choice. You know, me not being a Caucasian makes it so that I do not have any choice with my actions. However I feel, and even though how pissed off I might be, I cannot do or say anything negative because I will be judged, and everyone else who is who is what's the word? Who is not guilty of anything is also judged. If some people see me just swearing, it's gonna affect every Asian out there. It's gonna make every Asian, black people, or non-Caucasian think ill and bad of us all. So me, even though I do not like it, I do have the responsibility for my actions, and so do you people. You are responsible of acting the way you act, so that you are an example for the others, and not treat immigrants, people with disabilities, people with different sexuality or gender or whatnot, to be an example for others, and to share your thoughts and do the right things that are needed to be done. Just saying. Green Bomb. You would totally give a hug if you were there right now. Well, the mental hug is probably just fine. Just fine. Oh, and if somebody missed my podcast video just yesterday or no, not yesterday. That one day when I was talking about Jason. Uh, there's something awesome about Jason is that he has probably, in my opinion, the best cover of the song Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. It's Leonard sounds fine, but there's just something calm and so awesome about Jason's style of singing it. It's really close to the style that I sing the song itself also, and and if you want to go to YouTube, look for the song, go ahead. Um, Green Bomb says people hug too seldom in any case. I have a small disagreement in that. I think that I see so many people hugging nowadays that a hug has lost its meaning, the meaning that I think a hug should be. Uh, that's why I don't usually hug so much. People hug as a greeting, but instead I just wave my hand or give a Vulcan greeting or something like that. Not the Vulcan neck pinch, the Vulcan greeting. The V thing. Uh, it's and I save my hugs for moments that deserve them. That's uh that's how I see it. Of course, you were probably talking about the hugs that are not for greetings, but for that has depth in them. Mm. Oh, let's visit the shop, shall we? Oh, gee, I should. Bum. Sure. This. Did I have something to say? Oh yeah. Just a moment. I think I need to clean my nose a bit. Oh, gee, so so unprofessional to do this during a recording. Don't blame me, people. Blame the society, how we treat other people, how indifferent we are sometimes, even for uh, other human beings that are Caucasians. I mean, just seeing some elderly or a kid or anyone falling, and there's nobody near. Give that person a hand, will you? Uh, yes, Green Bomb. I knew I had the right hunch. Uh, um, any good news for Sunday? Uh, I don't know. It's work has been busy and hard. It's maybe the first waves of people testing out the second best burger place is starting to ease a bit, even though it's I can clearly see and feel the amount of work I have done. in my back and in my every piece of freaking muscle, and that's also the reason why you haven't seen me online that much. I just have been so exhausted of working that I haven't had the time uh, and energy to do excuse me to do the work I'm supposed to do as a YouTuber. Um, I also realized when I was recording my previous video is that I didn't give the necessary amount of energy to you know the necessary amount of energy that the video actually deserved when I was talking about Jason. And I think I actually sounded like I'm gonna go this way. I actually sounded like most of the videos that I so much dislike on YouTube. You know, the heavy mumbling uh, to the microphone and just so many pauses and silences and finding not things to say. And I did have a small cup of energy drink just before doing this stream so that I would get the same amount of quality I used to have when I started doing the streaming. And this is this is what my videos are for. I'm I'm your radio. I'm your informant. Um, I'm the one sharing the news and stuff like that. Okay, my news maybe might not be as informative as I don't know, some news papers might be, but every now and then if I see something interesting, I might have a word. And I know I know my channel ain't that big, but I do help people to spread the awareness and if needed and so on. Um, by the way, Drag Me to Hell that happened yesterday. I did see some people after my work uh, that were going to attend the event. You could tell them by the way they were dressed. And well, Jacob wrote that Lauren, which is her artist name by the way, the burlesque name, uh, has been really aw she was awesome. She was, and I know that she is awesome. I've seen her early work. I've seen her work last year, and there has been so much development. Even from the beginning, I could see how much she gives into the facial expressions, the body work, the hand gestures, the fingers, everything, the whole personality. She was like born to be on stage, and and she's doing better and better and better, and we can all be happy for what she's doing, and I hope you guys are really happy about what you are doing, and even if you have smallest doubts of doing that, you want to do something you have dreamt about, just do it, people. I'm currently recording YouTube videos, even though I had doubts for years of doing it, and for moments like these, I guess I'm really happy about the of the stuff I'm doing. It's only 8 p.m. here. maybe I should be doing another stream. I don't know. I wrote a long emotional uh, um, email for Jason just a moment ago. I also talk about these kind of stuff. I mean, they're not affecting me. They're not affecting me in a way that you think it is. I'm just thinking, do I have the energy to do another one, to have the same kind of quality that I used to have? Probably yes, but I also have another option here. I could do the preps for tomorrow's game, cutting vegetables and so on, so that I would have less to do tomorrow, and I should maybe also catch some sleep or something like that. And oh, by the way, a few things before I uh, end the stream. One, uh, don't stare at your cell phone all the time. When I was leaving work at this one day, there was one person walking, just staring at the cell phone, and the other person coming from opposite side with a bicycle and staring at the cell phone also. And they two both just crashed into each other's, and they started blaming each other's that they weren't watching, they were going, and who has the whose fault is it according to the law and whatnot. Jeez, people, what were you thinking? I mean, you're supposed to watch where you're going, especially if you're on a bicycle. What the hell, people? What the hell? And the other thing is also, I went to sushi buffet yesterday. I'm gonna talk about sushi at more at some point, but I think I have never been so full as I was yesterday. I think I walked like 1 or 2 kilometers an hour or so. Even the elderlies with rheumatism are faster than I was. And how do I know I was so full? It's like when you swallow something, a dessert or a piece of sushi, it doesn't land to your stomach. It feels like it lands to your throat. That's when you know you had too much. And I wasn't that full of sushi. I was like full 50% of sushi and 50% of desserts, because I had so many pieces of the desserts. They were so good, people. They were so good, and I heard the whispers of of the demons and sins and tell me to get some more, get some more. Yes, you can still make it. And did I? Yes, I overdid it, but did I regret at that point for maybe half an hour or an hour, maybe? But after I burped like 1 or 2 times, it felt a little bit better, and I think uh, no, I don't regret it. I really don't regret it. But thinking about my health, it was probably a bad idea. So people, uh, think about what you eat. But hey, I'm gonna end the stream and bid you all a very nice Sunday evening. Get ready for a new week. Give the people a hug that you haven't hugged in a long time, or thought about, or you have thought about hugging, or just say something nice to someone you have never said anything nice to. And we'll see you all next time. And Evil GM here says goodbye. Bye bye.